Hey there. So a couple weeks ago, I had the awesome chance to go skiing with my brother for the first time in 2 years. He's been gone um, for a while, and whenever we ski together, it seems like we always end up having quite a bit of fun. We've ended up lost in the woods, stuck in really deep powder, and having to climb out, over a couple hours. And one time we ended up on the highway and had to hitchhike back to the resort. No wonder the snow was untouched on that run, and we were able to find some good powder there. So this time, though, I thought that we had gotten away with a normal, fun day of skiing. So we had been having a great day. The resort had just gotten about 9 inches of snow up at Alta, and even though it was pretty windy and sometimes you couldn't even tell the difference between the sky and the snow, we had a great time. But towards the end of the day, we had decided that we were only we only had about one or two runs left in us. My legs were getting pretty tired, and I wasn't turning as much as I probably should have. I was pretty much going straight down the mountain, and it was a pretty steep run that we were on. And I got going a little too fast, hit a pocket of powder, and the tip of my right ski just dug in, ripped my ski off. And then I continued on my left ski for a second, slid, then crashed in a heap. It didn't really hurt, but it was quite the crash. So as I looked up, I saw that I only had one ski in front of me. There, it was about 20 feet away, and I couldn't see another one. My skis are bright orange, also brand new. So I figured that the ski that I could see was the last one that fell off, and the other one was dug, straight in, ways up. So I climbed up and grabbed that one through the powder. Then I started climbing up, and one by one, or inch by inch, climbing up the mountain through the powder. And just digging around trying to find my ski. My brother came back down. He went through. A few other people came through, and one guy in particular, he really left an impression because he came down 3 times. Nobody but my brother really did that. Uh, he couldn't leave without me. So, not that he didn't help at all. He really did. But this guy, he didn't have any reason to help. A lot of people, they kind of came by, poked around, tried to help, and then they were like, "Oh, that sucks. Well, good luck." But he kept coming by, and I was kind of impressed by that. And finally, we weren't finding it, but I asked him, and I was like, "Hey, man, thank you so much for helping. Even though we haven't found it, it really means a lot." Because I was alone most of that time up there. And he just said something that really stuck in me. He said, "Well, I would hope somebody would do that for me." So he was really living the golden rule, having empathy, and doing what he would want other people to do to him, which is something so easy to say, but really hard to do. So after an hour, I had been going up and down, and I'd go up straight, and then I'd move over a little bit, trundle down through it, and then kind of move around. And I had covered pretty much everywhere that I thought the ski could be. And so at first I was optimistic, then I was angry because brand new skis, didn't want to lose them. Then that turned into kind of sadness and despair. I was just, man, this sucks. Woe is me. Life is horrible. And then, I finally decided just to accept it. There was nothing I could do. I had tried as hard as I could to find it, and I just had to accept what had happened. I mean, it didn't discount that my brother and I had had a great time up to that point. So I figured, it sucks, but I'm just going to accept it. I'm not going to dwell on it. It's not going to change the fact that we had a good day. So my brother got ski patrol. They came back down. They asked me if I wanted to give up, and they were gonna help, but I was like, I've looked so much. They saw that I obviously had, because the snow was all dug up everywhere. And so they had brought up some loaner skis. I started to put those on, and right then I stepped on a bright orange ski, and I definitely not thought that was gonna happen. It was 10 feet away from where I had initially landed, so I had obviously gotten mixed up and had found initially the first ski that had fallen off. But that was amazing. I had found my ski, and we went home, and I was super happy. But the three big takeaways from this are that the golden rule really requires empathy and effort. I'm sure that guy had other things that he wanted to do, but he kept coming back to help because it's kind of a helpless situation. You can't do much trundling through the snow. You kind of need other people, and he saw that, and he was able to put himself in my shoes and realized that that's what he would have wanted somebody else to do. And I also learned to not fight an outcome you can't control. You just have to accept it and move on. There's no point in dwelling on things that you can't control. There's no point in just, wasting energy being mad or sad about things you can't control. I tried as hard as I could, and when I thought I couldn't find it, I kind of resigned myself to it. And then finally, sometimes things work out despite doing all the wrong things. I had looked in the completely wrong place, but things still worked out, and that really is just another enforcement to me that someone else is looking out for us. So, I learned a lot writing this and thinking back on this experience, and hopefully it was interesting to you too. Thanks.